Please be advised that all video and audio recordings were completed before the COVID-19 pandemic.
Black Female Project.
Hello, and welcome back to the Black Female Project podcast. This episode, we're going to explore the idea of leadership. Oftentimes, when we think of leadership, we think about the hierarchy, the steps to move up, to go from manager to director, director to chief of something, board member, all of these layers. But have you ever thought to consider that you really gain your leadership skills and your confidence through the everyday skills of living life? Sequoia Hall joins us and shares with us a story about how she gained her leadership skills and inner confidence by simply watching her mother and her mother's savvy to do something like ask for directions at the gas station when they were lost. Take a listen.
Thank you, Sequoia.
Thank you.
You're very accomplished.
Oh gosh, thank you so much, Leslie. Appreciate that.
A lot of people don't know what STEM is. Tell them what STEM is.
So STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And
All the hard stuff.
All the hard stuff. And some people count medicine or health into that, and some don't. But for me and my organization, health is a part of STEM careers in the STEM workforce.
Let's talk about your organization.
So I am the program manager for Alameda County Health Pathway Partnership. And what we do here is we're trying to increase the diversity in the healthcare workforce, bringing more youth of color, young adults of color into the health careers.
Now, how do you get the kids to come over to that?
Oh gosh, how do we do that? It's all about building access for those youth to be able to even think that they can be a part of these types of opportunities.
Right.
A lot of the time, that's why I say in my bio that I'm similar to those that I serve, right? Because when I was growing up in high school, I didn't know how to get the experience. I knew, I wanted to be a doctor, but how do I get there? Do I talk to my mom? I can't talk to my mom. My mom has a 7th grade education. She just knows going to the hospital, right? So what I had to do was advocate for myself, knocking on teachers' doors, definitely kind of building a rapport with my science teachers is where I started. And because I had my own kind of influence or encouragement in myself to actually talk to my teachers.
Where did that come from?
Oh gosh, where did that come from?
That's special.
Where did that come from? I would say it definitely came from my mother. She was the type, if we were lost, because back in the 90s, right, we did not have smartphones. If we were lost in the middle of Texas, she's going to roll her window down, or she's going to get out and go to the gas station and say, I'm lost. I need directions. Where do I go? Give me, and I want you to write it down. That was the type of person she was. And I think I definitely, in some ways, kind of took that on and also revamped it for myself.
In what way?
In what way? Wow. So I would say in terms of being able to have that confidence, right?
You are confident.
Yeah, just having that confidence to be able to go ask and to just ask questions, to be curious and to not allow yourself to say, well, I think that's a stupid question, or I think me asking this doesn't make sense. I've always been a person where even if I thought in the back of my head that this doesn't make sense or this is a stupid question, I still go forward and ask the question because I don't know, right, and I want to know. Right. And it takes confidence for, to be able to do that. You have so many people, especially the youth that we serve. You have so many of them when we're out doing workshops or we're out giving talks. They wait until the very end of a program, and when you're walking out and they say, hey, what you said really stuck to me, and I have a couple questions, but I didn't want to ask them with all the, with everyone around, right? And so, and I've always been the type of person, even as a shy kid, it didn't matter if I was in a room, I would go ahead and raise my hand and ask that question. And a lot of the time, especially as a young kid, it would be the first time a lot of the students around me heard me even talk,
Really?
So it was definitely interesting. They're like, hold on, she never talks in class, but we're here. She raises her hand and asks a question, so it's definitely something that, obviously takes practice too. But, you still have to just take the leap, and just go for it. You can't receive knowledge unless you're curious and you're asking questions. And, and that's one of the key kind of tools we also try to bring to our young people, and also try to encourage the programs to bring to their young people that we support, is that you have to help the kids build leadership and confidence. It's all about having those types of skills that's going to get them onto whatever career they seek to become. It doesn't have to be a health career, but whatever it is, they have to be able to get through a lot of what, especially for young people of color, what we go through in society. It takes a lot. You need leadership, you need confidence, you need a slew of other types of tools and skills to get you through.
You need focus.
And determination.
Do not accept no.
Exactly.
Because, it's like, once you quit, you're done. But if you get up and keep doing it, you're gonna, even if you don't think you're learning something, you are learning something.
Yes.
You're getting more information, and you will achieve.
Yes.
And everybody goes at their own time. It might take me 30 times. It might take you 2, but guess what? We're going to be at the same place.
We're going to get there. And, and just, that word resilient, right? Resiliency, that's always used in the media, at graduations, in whatever aspect of acknowledging a young person of color for getting to some place, right? We're always saying that person is resilient, and it's just like, I love that word, and it's awesome. But the thing is, it's just like, it's also confidence, and it's leadership, and it's not taking no for an answer as well. So I think we just really need to say more of that about our young people, is that
tell them.
We need to say more about that for our young people. We need to make sure that they know that they're leaders, and that they're wanted, and that they deserve to be part of the table, and they deserve to have that acceptance, to know that they are worth everything that they're doing, because it is really hard being a young person of color. You're trying and you're moving forward, and there's a lot of closed doors, but having adults show the appreciation, show that they do have a seat at the table, and their voices are heard. It's something that's important, and we definitely need to do more of that.
Where are your offices?
Our offices are in San Leandro, so we are housed at the Healthcare Services Agency here in San Leandro.
So if I'm at home and I'm a teenager, and I want to be like you, how do I get a hold of you?
Oh gosh. So you can get a hold of me on our website. So currently we have a website. Thank you, County. So our website is www.achpp.org.
Yes. You're talking too fast.
Okay. So
that
our website is
www.achpp.org. There are so many ways to get involved with Black Female Project, but one of the ways that we find most impactful is becoming a sponsor. For more information, go to BlackFemaleProject.org.
You are so inspirational, and you're so confident without being overconfident. You know what I mean? You know what you know, and you're intellectually curious, and that's really nice.
Thank you. Thank you, Leslie.
Do you like to read?
I love to read.
Me too.
Actually.
Me too.
It is one of my hobbies, and it has always been I talked about my mom briefly. She taught me how to read at 3 or 4. I was reading so early.
Me too.
And we got to a place where she's like, actually, you need to read this for me, so that's, so I've always been encouraged to read, and always got on my mom's nerves. I need more books. And
did you have a library card growing up?
I did. So I spent a lot of time in the library. In high school, I spent a lot of time in the library. That's where I worked. And that's where I spent my lunch. So I love the library, and I'm trying to also instill that love for reading and books in the library for my son too.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
You can get me out of the library. I just after school we go, because it's on the way home anyway. My brother and I, we go to the library and be in the book club and read all these books. It's so nice,
It's awesome.
And it's a nice environment. And also I find that like librarians are really key in helping you learn and think, and maybe you should read this and this is from that, and they curate things for you.
Yes.
I mean, I learned so much from librarians. And that's a resource that's underused.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And
Definitely.
definitely trying to just encourage him to want to go to the library. Because, it's important to build that type of encouragement in our kids to be able to like to read, especially when we're competing against technology, so it's nice to actually go someplace with books. Right? They can see it there. It's everywhere. And it keeps their eyes moving, right? When they have to be constantly stimulated, right? So, so I try to take my son to the library, Barnes and Nobles, and also get him hooked on reading apps. So it's like these days, it's not just the library, it's everything when you're trying to get your kids to like reading.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I have some stock questions that I ask everybody. So may I ask you?
Yes, please.
All right. Your name?
I am Sequoia.
And your occupation?
I am the program manager for Alameda County Health Pathway Partnership.
And she's so young. Hometown?
Oh, my hometown. I'm from Tallulah, Louisiana.
Where's that?
Exactly.
You need a flashlight to find it?
Exactly. You do. You do. I am from a very small town. Wasn't born there, but raised in Tallulah, Louisiana. Moved to California on and off, but spent most of that here in California as a child, as a teenager. So I graduated high school here in California in Salinas.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I think your mom's a very fascinating person. She's an original thinker, isn't she?
Yes. She loved to move around. You could not have her in just one place. So that's why I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And
I love Milwaukee.
Right, exactly. Anytime I tell people there's no Black people in Milwaukee, well,
There's so many.
My family is in Milwaukee.
Eric, you guys can't see Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Eric's from Milwaukee. Look.
Oh,
Chicago.
well,
It's 90 miles away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of family in Chicago as well. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shiro.
Yes. That's what I like to. That's what I think of Black women around me. And I won't even say Black women around me in general that have been, I guess, in my corner.
Yeah.
That is what I think of them for sure.
Okay, and finally, Black female Mount Rushmore. Who would you put on there?
Oh goodness. Oh, that is a hard question.
Everybody says that.
Because there is just so many people that I would put on there. I love Black women. I think we're so amazing, and we, it's. I hate to say this, but I just feel like this is our world, and this is, the world is our oyster, and we run this, So I would just have to maybe at least have the 4, and
just 4.
And then, so it's Michelle Obama, it's Oprah Winfrey, it's Alice Walker. Who else do I want to put on there?
Your mom.
And my mother. I'm just like my mom and my grandma, but I for sure she has to have a place on there. Yes.
I'll respect your mother.
Oh, thank
Seriously.
you. Thank you.
Seriously.
Yes. Yeah. Her goal in life was to have children and to raise them and to make sure they were strong. And she did that.
Your mother did that.
She did that.
And I know you're thankful.
Very.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, we heard Sequoia tell her story about how she took her mom's example, propelled herself forward, and now she passes those exact same skills, that legacy of her mother down to the youth she works with. And so as we end this episode, I want you to take a moment and think about how you inherited confidence and leadership in everyday life. And then I want you to share that with the next person you encounter. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you so much for visiting with us, and your future is very bright. Your
Thank
current
you.
conditions are bright too.
Thank you.
And your inspiration.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
thanks, Leslie. I appreciate you. Thanks.
Black Female Project.
We invite you to learn more about the women in this episode, Black Female Project, and ways to support the project by going to www.blackfemaleproject.org.